That's what's gonna sound like, man. Ripping gears. What's Joe Dirt say on that?
Hey, you like to see homos naked? That's cool, man. Whatever.
Totally meant to do that. Totally on purpose. Did it look cool?
Yeah, very cool.
And that's what I meant to do.
We're helping Mark Carricker with the Make Mark Great Again Kancer Kart rebuild. We're gonna put a 420 Predator engine on this thing. We need to build a subframe for it real quick. We're putting a Stage 2 kit provided by GoPowerSports.com.
Thanks, Go Power Sports.
Thank you, Go Power Sports.
We need to make a little bit of a parts run, go grab some stuff, come back, weld it all together, and hopefully the next couple of days be driving this beast.
You always cut towards yourself so you don't hurt anyone else.
Oh.
It's just one of those rules with knives.
You're a good guy.
I learned that as a kid. Also, always lift with your back. That way you don't blow out your knees.
Cool.
Yes!
Oh my god, this package is shocking!
Yes! I get it. He sent 3 cables. I guess he didn't know the length, so he just sent 3 cables.
Man.
And axle split thingies.
Where'd these come from?
GoPowerSports.com.
GoPowerSports.com?
Thanks, Go Power Sports. But yeah, I think this will work. So I drove it with those crappy yellow ones over there.
Yeah.
And they worked, but they were soft. And these, the coil spring is twice the diameter of those over there. Maybe not twice, but it's thicker. These are definitely heavier duty springs. This cart came from Matt. It was rolled by one of his buddies. We were having a little bit of fun. And he took it out and he rolled it and broke his arm, and we went to the hospital. It was a super awesome night, super fun. So basically the damage was it shifted this entire roll cage this direction. I'd say 6 inches, shifted this one down. It reverse bent this angle right here down towards the driver's seat. Then Matt robbed the entire powertrain off of this thing. So there was an axle, there was a torque converter, there was an engine, there was a frame, a chassis, there was shocks. Throttle cable, brakes ran to the rear. Instead of trying to refab up some brakes, we're just going with front brakes. They work really well. They're disc. We have 2 in the front, and I just plugged the route for the back, bled the brakes. Excuse me, I'm going through puberty. It's a really rough stage. I plugged the one that goes to the back, and so we have front left, front right. They work really well. We'll find out. Let's get to work.
I could see this through. I could wait another night. One more night. One more night, I could fight it through till the darkness turns to light.
Totally away from the water.
One more night, say it's gonna be okay. 'Cause this winter is so cold, just like this hot
Got this whole motor taken apart.
I don't even know what this stuff is, man. Anybody have any idea what this thing is?
That's a util. No, that's not it.
What's this?
I don't know.
What's this thing do? I don't even know what this does.
That's the Kickstarter. I know what that is. That's the Kickstarter. You got too big of a chair. The largest feeler gauges I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
Know your story behind these? Why they're so big?
We'll ask your wife.
You know what they say about guys with big feeler gauges? Yeah. Drilled and tapped holes in the back of it. Okay.
Connecting rod in, we got the new cam in, we got the crank back in. Now to tie these, it's really easy. There's just a couple of dots you just line up. We took this shaft down. A lot of guys will put a bolt through here and they'll tap it. I don't think that's really necessary, you know. So we just cut the shaft off, put it in. We delete the balance shaft. We're not gonna put it back in. Put it back together.
It is time to make some bushings, the outer side of the bushings. And these guys are crazy. I'm gonna put these ears on. Yeah, they're pink. Leave me alone. So this is the tape trick. What I've done for measurements is I took this one, put it here. I measured a little bit longer because we can always shave down a little more metal. So it's a little bit longer than this once we get it chopped off. But I had no way to make an exact line. So I marked the measurement here, put a dot, put a dot, put a dot. So I've got kind of a guideline to go from. But one way to make it an exact, not exact, but how we do it on Homemade Everything Ah. So now I've got a circumference of about the right distance that I can cut. Ta-ta-ta-ta!
Beautiful, and that makes a nice straight line.
Although I just realized there's no need for this if we're putting in the chop saw.
Well, there's YouTube content.
You learned a trick. Here you are.
Oh, these are
Yeah,
bangs on
that's
this one.
some nice bushing you got there, buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue using...
In the manner that it is right now.
Where'd the big one? Oh, there are my hands. You videoing that?
Yeah, happens.
I love when I'm dumb on camera. Because when I'm dumb off camera, nobody gets to even appreciate it or smile. You're welcome.
Knocked these out, so these are homemade, and they're gonna work just fine. This will squish out a little bit, and that's gonna be our bushing.
This is great.
Perfect.
If you do it that way, you guys ain't.
Boys, yeah, welding.
You guys know I'm moving. Brad's.
What is the
So we get
date?
cinched down.
Yeah, or the hubs are gonna fall off. Mark tried to lug nuts.
I want to do it later.
Yeah, how much looking at? I invented it.
All right, so we're to the subframe point, and we're ready to start building. But we've got this wonderful, super greasy pipe. You guys know that they oil coat this steel, and just to keep it from rusting. Once you get it home, you got to clean it off. So we've got the brake clean right here, and that's like a 15-foot pipe. I think I can just get it all from right here.
Use one pipe. Match it up with the other pipe. Run it that way anyway.
So before, we were a little too wide. Now that I've spread that out, we've got our pipe able to sit inside here. I love it. And I'll get to work on the second one. We even have a little bit of gap there. I like to have a little bit of gap because it gives me an area to burn in just a touch more. So I'll probably take a little bit of that gap out, but I like it.
So I made Justin do all the work, and now I'm taking all the credit for it. But what he did is welded these outer pieces of our bushing straight to this this square tubing after fish mouthing, and then also we crimped the sides of this so that he can get a good what is that called? A good purchase on the outer side of that with the with this outer piece of the bearing and the square tubing.
Cool.
She's tight.
That's what you want on that suspension.
Yeah, I was about to say that's good though, especially once we get that bolt in there and cinch that down. I saw a meme on Instagram the other day that said you cannot load a trailer without saying that ain't going nowhere at the end of it.
There it is.
Problem
Coming.
is, I'm bottomed out. Okay, sweet.
You got enough.
Sweet.
Yeah, you'll be blowing up.
You don't want to.
No.
No interest at all.
I think you guys have done good, Justin. I think you've got a cart here that's going to challenge Matt's pretty well.
Yeah, I've been working pretty hard on it, and I think that we're gonna win. I think we'll get first place.
Yeehaw.
boy.
We're on the ranch with Dr. Lee. We got the Can-Am ready to roll, and we're the chase vehicle today.
That's right. We got the easy job.
It's gonna be fun.
We got the safe job.
Yes. Although I did tell him I wanted to see him jump this thing today. This has been an incredible week, and I'm so happy to be able to be a part of such an awesome build. Mark's pretty cool, isn't he? Guys, don't worry, part 2's coming either tomorrow or the following day. We finish up the cart and we go test it, and some really cool stuff happens. If you want to know what that stuff is, I would highly suggest you go subscribe to Homemade Everything right now. You need to subscribe anyway because, you know, the whole point of this thing was a race between Homemade Everything and Off the Ranch or Demolition Ranch Matt. So it happened. The race actually happened, you guys will get to see it, but you're not going to see it on my channel. You're only going to see it on Homemade Everything's channel. And don't forget to go check out Dr. Lee's channel with Out on the Ranch with Dr. Lee. Awesome guy, fantastic content, and we just had such a blast hanging out. So there are videos live over there on those channels right now. Also, Stephen Cox has the motor build video up already. So yeah, you guys have a full night ahead of you. And I'd like to send a special thanks to GoPowersports.com for helping us out with this build. They sponsored it. They sent so much stuff. Like everything that wasn't raw steel was provided by GoPowersports. And also Matt from Demolition Rants, who tossed the cart over to his brother. And yeah, and that's where the challenge began. So Tim at GoPowersports, thank you. Stephen, thank you. Homemade Everything, thank you so much. You're so awesome. And Dr. Lee, we really appreciate you having us down.